Sports Rap Live.
Sports Rap Live, everybody. Andrew's showing us what he just ordered.
Yeah, my Metallica shirt.
You're a Metallica fan?
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right. I'm sure at some point tonight during the Martinez Report, we will get some of that Metallica that Gons will queue up.
We're gonna have to pull that up.
Oh yeah.
That's not just something that's just in the.
You don't even have to wait for it. You don't even have to wait for it.
Metallica fan right over here. James Atfield, what's up?
Man, Gons gets all excited now. He's got that.
Seek and destroy. He had that. You had your finger on the trigger on that one.
Oh yeah, I was ready.
Oh man, you know, as executive producer of the show, it's good to know that the people that we employ here at Sports Rap Live, when I say we, I mean not me, or just have their fingers on the trigger. Like kudos to DJ Gons on that one.
Much appreciated, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's keep our finger on the trigger of the NBA pulse, and we've been talking Eastern Conference. We will get into the West in a little bit. But you talk about seek and destroy. Looks like Miami is out to seek and destroy Atlanta tonight, up 36 at one point throughout this game.
Sheesh.
Now, I'm not saying that Atlanta is any barn burner in the East, but, you know, Miami's kind of been the enigma of the NBA ever since LeBron joined that team, ever since Chris Bosh joined that team. We all know that. But the big three, they locked down their all-star spots. They're right on the Bulls' heels for the best record in the East right now. And I really think that once this team actually gels, they're going to be the best team in the NBA.
Well, I mean, they'll probably end up getting that one seed from Chicago when this is all said and done. I think they're going to make a really strong push, kind of like last season. In the second half of the season, they're going to come back from the break. You know, people are going to probably talk a lot more trash on them as the next couple of weeks come by. And to me, it seems like the more the media hates on the Heat, the better they play. As soon as they start kind of giving them their card, they start falling apart. And so, you know, I'm not really concerned about the Heat in the first half. Second half of the season is going to say a lot more than.
And Adam, you know, I don't care about what the regular season this team, because that's not what they're measured by. They could get the #1 seed every year LeBron plays with them, and it still wouldn't matter. What matters is championships. So I don't care about the first round. I don't even care about the second round. I expect for the Heat, because I know the Heat have all the potential in the world, to be there in the Eastern Conference Championship round every year. They should be there. They have all the talent. LeBron is the best player in the NBA. I mean, this is to be expected.
Well, Bun brought up a great point about, you know, the media scrutiny and the pressure, and, you know, they've kind of moved on beyond the whole decision controversy now. That's in the past. Nobody brings that up anymore. But now you've got LeBron and his recent quotes that basically said you could be watching cartoons with your kids and you don't like it. You say, blame it on LeBron. If you go to the grocery store and they don't have the milk that you like, you say, oh, it's LeBron's fault. I say, let the man get paid for what he does.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like the I'm the bad guy speech from Scarface. Like, you need people like me, you know?
Yeah.
You need people like me so you can point your finger and say, that's the bad guy, you know? And I hope that he does take on this sort of attitude of, I'm the villain, and embrace it, because it seemed like when he first got there, he was so used to having people like kind of congratulate him and always say how great he was. But watching the whole media turn and all the fans turn against him after the decision, he never seemed comfortable with being that person.
Very similar to a recent guest of ours in the football world, VY. And now, you know, that doesn't take anything away from LeBron and his talents or VY and his talents, but there is a mental fortitude that goes with playing in the pressure, playing in the biggest moments, and when you don't succeed in those moments, how you handle that adversity.
LeBron was WWF. He needs to go WCW, NWO. He needs to just become the villain and embrace it and just be like, and go in and say, I love it when these fans boo me. I love going to your city and hearing you guys hate me, because you know what? He's going to keep on getting it, and he just needs to embrace it.
That's not going to happen. I mean, anybody that's ever been – now, I've been lucky enough to be around, depends you call it lucky or not. I've been, friends with him for a while now. I've known him since he's come into the league. And, one thing that you can tell from him more than anything is that he wants to be loved. He wants to be appreciated. He loves those pats on the back, you know what I'm saying, when you compliment him and commend him on what he's doing. And I could just not see him embracing the villain role, because he wants to be accepted. He wants people to acknowledge him as a great in the league. He's not going to sit back and be the villain and the bad guy and be like, that's okay. He's not playing for Detroit.
There are only a few players that can do that, though. Like, I think Kevin Garnett has that in him where he's like just angry the whole entire time.
I don't even think it's about anger or anything. It's just some people generally do not care what other people think about him. LeBron James is not one of those people. LeBron James is highly affected by the opinions that people have on him, especially people who can literally get to him and speak to him in his face. And I think that's kind of what's been happening, is that different media outlets he can ignore, but certain things he can't ignore. And the message has been getting out there. Even if he ignores the media, Twitter is there. If he ignores Twitter, Facebook is there. You know, talk radio, everybody's.
Players know, though. Players know.
Yeah, he knows. Like I said, regardless, there's nowhere he can go and doesn't understand how people look at him and how vilified he is right now. And all he can do to change that is bring a ring to Miami. That's simple and plain.
Well, and you're going to see a totally different guy after he finally gets that ring on his finger. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like you said.
I don't think it will. You are who
I
you
do.
are. The only thing that a ring does is make you more of who you are. It's like money. Money doesn't change who you are. It just makes you more of who you already are.
I agree. I think quite honestly, as far as his personality and character, I'm very concerned about what a championship would do to that, because he's been spending a lot of time in his career saying, I can do it, just give me a chance, yada, yada, yada. And, right now people are saying that he can't do it. If he was to win a ring this season, especially after not winning last season, especially after not being a closer in those fourth quarters in the finals last year, if he actually wins the ring, as in he's the guy that leads the team in the play, and, averaging 30-plus points a game, 6+ assists, if he's that guy really making the changes on that team and really putting the pressure on other people, playing a little bit more defense for a change, really, put it like this, LeBron comes through, they get a ring, if he's MVP finals, I think that's it.
Now, there's going to be people that say, of course, and we know it's coming, there's going to be people that say, oh, well, it was a shortened season. Oh, it was, this and that. So I think he's one guy that needs to get that second ring to even be in the conversation of one of the greats of all time.
I don't think he does. I think you can be like Dan Marino and not have any rings and still be considered awesome. There's going to be those people that say you don't have one. But, I mean, if LeBron went his whole career and never had one, we would always say, yeah, but I'd still consider him in the top 5 best time players ever. He's incredible.
Well, I mean, you talk about, there's a difference between being a great player and being considered one of the greatest.
True.
If you name the top 50 players in the NBA, then 11 through 40 are going to be great players, and then 1 through 10 are the greatest players. And I don't think LeBron wants to be 11.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sir.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. All right, well, we're coming up to the top of the hour here. We are going to take a quick break for station identification here on Sports Talk 790. The Rat Pack is in the building on a Sunday night, man. I love it. Shout out to the fam here tonight. So we will take this quick break. When we come back, we will continue on the hard courts with the Martinez Report. So you guys stick around. We'll be right back.
Rap.